Good morning, guys. Curtis here, Air Trample-Offs. I just had to do this video. I let out all my old birds and all my young birds. And look at that group up there. This is the first time I ever do that. I did that because you know, I'm training my young birds, and I really don't mingle the older birds and young birds. But I wanted the young birds to have a little bit of experience as to how the old birds do it, you know. And there's young birds everywhere. But look at that group there, and that's not all of them. There's at least 15-20 birds missing from that group, because I know there's at least 11 birds on top of the loft, young birds, and look, they're flying everywhere, right? Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. I didn't plan on making this video. When I went over there, I'm like, wow, I got a lot of birds. Those my old birds from last year. Champion birds in there, and and as you can see, there's young birds flying everywhere. Look at, yeah, there's young birds flying everywhere. They're few in the tree. That is crazy. There's one high up there. Yeah, I realized the young birds, they didn't want to range this morning, so I thought, well, you know what, it might be a good idea to. I still got old birds in the loft. They didn't all fly out. Let me see if I can help them out a little bit here. I have a lot of birds. Look at that. Woo-wee. That's what I'm talking about right there. Look at that. And I could count at least 10 birds flying in different directions. There's some on top of the trap board. And these birds here fly already. I have some here. There's I can see at least 5 on the tree. There's 3 on the branch right there. There's another 2 up there. There's another 3 up. There's 6. And 4 is 10. 12. There's about 15 birds right here that's not flying. And look at this group. That's amazing. There's a bunch of champions in there, you know. There's a bunch of 20-25 champions in there. I'm telling you right now. Look at that. That's a lot of pigeons. This is the first time I ever let my hens, cocks, and young birds out together. And I think it's a good thing, so the young birds can have a little bit of a point of view, you know what I mean, as to how the old birds do it. And because the young birds didn't want to go ranging this morning, I thought it was a good idea. It's pretty early. It's probably 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's a good, nice day. There's practically no wind. Look at these birds. You gotta be crazy if you don't like this right here. You gotta be crazy if you don't like this right here. That's just beautiful. Beautiful. They're gonna get a bath today. All of them are gonna get a bath today. I gotta go get a little bit of borax, put in the water, along with my my bath salts and everything else. This is so good for the young birds, because the old birds fly with a different intensity, you know, and it's so good for them to learn how to flock, because that's my main concern right now, is my young birds. Learning how to flock. I got about 5 days before I put them in and pull their flights. So I really want them to have the experience of, you know, flying around here as much as I can. Presently, I'm letting them out twice a day, early morning and about 6 in the evening. Let them sort of, you know, get the repetition. At this point, it takes repetition for your young birds. You know, for them to get it perfect. So I try and release my birds every day, twice a day, and the only time I don't want to do that is when they're racing. But all my flying birds will get released twice a day if they're not racing, and that happens right through the entire lives. Twice a day. In the winter sometimes I get a little lazy, but twice a day for their entire lives is what I do. Look at that. Woo-wee. That's a beautiful thing. Some of these birds, I'll have to, I'll have to put them up for sale, because carrying all these birds for the race season is a lot, and also I'm not a big pigeon seller, so I keep my birds and I scrutinize them, and I live with them, and I learning what I have, every day more and more learning what I have, and you can't really learn what you have if you sell everything, so let's say for my first 4 years in the birds, I haven't really sold that many pigeons. I have a lot of calls coming in for birds, but some of these here definitely in the very near future will be up for sale, because I don't need to fly that many pigeons. That is crazy, right? That's more than 100 pigeons there, guys. Right now I have more than 100 birds up in the air right here, but remember when I started, I had said that I don't want to have any prisoners, and I'm still working towards that, man. Still working to keeping less prisoners. This here is about 2/3 of all the pigeons that I have up in the air here. Out this morning here is literally 150 birds. I know, because I have about 40 old birds hens, 40 old bird cocks, and the young birds I have up in the air here is about 50. And out this morning around the loft here and flying is 50. And then I got my breeders, and I got my old bird cocks, my stock cocks. So, and then I got my stock hens. So Curtis got a lot of pigeons, I love it. It's what I do. I love the birds. I love the birds. Young bird race season starts in September, so that gives me about 3 months to get it right. These birds got to get their flights pulled and start some serious intense feeding program and training. Right now they just here to fly and get their wings under them, get a better understanding of the general area. And that's what I'm doing this morning, just to let them up and let them go. Anyway, guys, this is a beautiful thing right here. Beautiful thing. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching this video. Stay in tune, stay in touch, and let's enjoy this pigeon ride together. It's all good, man. All good. This thing takes my stress away like nothing else can. I kid you not. My stress, when I fly my birds, I don't have any stresses. Nothing. Okay, thanks for watching. I just thought you would like this video. And we'll talk soon. Okay, bye-bye. What's one lying in the tree? That's a young bird. Woo-wee, look at that. It's a lot of birds. All right, bye-bye.